Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about the film Twister and how both of them are moving in the same direction and why this is important and what they encourage humanity to do. All right. So, so Gary starts Dungeons and Dragons on February 7th, 1974, and a lot of people pick it up and they're like, "Oh, there's this exciting game where I can play as the character in my war band, right? And I'm a man and I'm a human male, but in this game I could be a female elf, right?" And it shatters the idea of assigned identity. It allows every element of identity to become choice, and it also really brings forward the concept of additional life through a secular means, right? It's a fundamental change in how narratives are told forever for human beings, and today we're celebrating 5 decades of something that truly fundamentally changed the world in ways that we know and in ways that we don't, right? And I think the biggest thing is it told everyone every dungeon master and every dragon master who participated in Dungeons and Dragons, you can be more. Literally, you can be more. Like, you could be more identities, you could be more people, you could be more than you are, and pushed them to change. And this isn't like, oh, I think Gary was saying something to saying, hey, I know you're learning lessons in Dungeons and Dragons, maybe those lessons could be used in IRL. He literally said it on the cover of every Dragon magazine. It said, "Mastering the Dungeon and Beyond." Right? He was like, "Hey, yeah, you're learning how to, you just cut a goblin in half. What did your character learn? What did you learn? Right? How are you going to apply that wisdom today in your IRL?" Right? And so it's really profound. Right now, I'm going to the movies every week. It's blockbuster season. Like, we're in the middle of summer, right? I have a Regal pass, so like these movies are essentially free, right? I can go see as many movies as I want, as often as I want. It's incredible, right? I really am enjoying it, right? But also, there's this question, like, are movies going to stick around? Like, is this something we're going to continue to do, or are we going to kill thousands of theaters across the United States of America, and we'll all just wait like everybody else, wait for movies to just plop out the other end on streaming, and art will suffer, and humanity will suffer, and narrative will suffer, and art will suffer, and literature will suffer, and woe will embrace every American, right? Like, it's a bad situation, right? But here comes 2024 Twisters, and you're like, I remember what movies are for, right? Twisters 2024 tour Twisters does exactly what Gary Gygax's Dungeons and Dragons did. So 1996 Twister, I've watched that movie no less than 20 times, or over 20 years. I watch it probably once or twice, maybe 3 times a year. Right? I absolutely love that film, and that film is really something special. Jamie Gertz was in that film. She is literally the richest actress in the world, right? And she's connected to both Dungeons and Dragons and to Twisters, right? So Twisters comes out, so Twister comes out, and it's like, hey, humanity, you know what you can do? You can chase tornadoes, and you know why you're going to chase tornadoes? So you can understand them, right? And you're like, whoa, this is like a kind of a fun, this is a enjoyable action film, but did it just tell me that, like, I can understand my world better and save lives? And you're like, yeah, that's right. We're trying to tell humanity, get good, level up, right? What does Twister say? Twister says you can kill a tornado. You can kill a tornado. Humans do not need to suffer tornadoes. You can kill them. Get to work. Gary was saying, do more, be more. Twisters is saying, do more, be more, right? And this is profound. This is where the rubber meets the road, right? Our world is filled with institutions that no one wants to listen to anymore. No one trusts anything they say. Any science institution, many corporations, right? Any medical institution. right? People are like, I don't know if I should listen to anything you say. You guys lie on the basics nowadays, right? I don't know if I could trust a single word you have to say, right? But our art, that increasingly is where people are like, oh, I trust Hollywood, I trust this film, and they are doing something that like the government's not telling anybody you could be a better person, you could do more, be more, but Dungeons and Dragons is, and 2024 Twisters is. They're doing the same work, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider like and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.